day ahead of us on this Sunday that's going to look and feel a lot like Saturday did. I think if there's any difference, maybe the wind is a little lighter, but not significantly so. I think the wind's the bigger factor on this day. So let's take a look at the details on that as we go into the afternoon. Watch what happens as we get to 4 o'clock. In other words, right about the time of day where we would be hitting the daytime high. But these winds are strong enough that we need to kind of alter our perception, really, of what that daytime high is going to feel like. This kind of wind that gives you a wind chill factor. So it's real windy on the coast at 40 miles an hour. But if you look inland at the rest of the bay, it's not nearly that strong for the overwhelming majority of us. But it's still windy enough, still a 20 to 25 mile an hour gusty wind, and it's coming down pretty much directly from the north, be a little more onshore through the Golden Gate. So that means when we look at the daytime highs again here in a second, you kind of have to bring those numbers down in reality in terms of the way they're going to feel. Watch what happens on Monday. We're going to do it again. Same story. 40 mile an hour gusts sitting right off the coast there. So it's going to help keep things relatively cool. By the middle of this week, and especially by the end of it, we're not doing this anymore. And it's going to be noticeably warmer. There are 80-degree days coming. But we're not there yet. So if we look at Sunday afternoon, keeping in mind it gets a bit breezy through the afternoon, let's take some of these numbers. If we're going to go to, say, 69 in Oakland, it'll probably feel more like low to mid-60s. So you can do that pretty much for just about any location on here. I don't think the wind will be as big a factor for some of the inland valleys. It's much stronger on the water, certainly stronger if you're anywhere near the bay where that wind is squeezing in through the gaps. But for the inland valleys, it shouldn't really be as big a factor in terms of a wind chill. Now let's do a little comparison for daytime highs. So if this is Sunday, we're going to switch now to Thursday. You'll see the day, the timestamp's going to change up there from Sunday to Thursday. It might look subtle, but watch what happens as we do that transition. Do you see the numbers on here? So instead of doing low 70s over here like we are today, these are low 80s. Got a lot more orange coming in over from the Central Valley. This is noticeably warmer. Even here in the city, it looks like we're going to get up to about 70 degrees on Thursday. Thursday, Friday, these will be the two warmest days in the whole 7-day forecast. We're going to see that in 1 second here. Once we get past that warm-up, is there any possibility for rain, considering this? It feels like it was a fairly active winter. We actually came in right about average for rainfall. And most people are probably wondering, are there any more systems coming? And at least for the next 10 days, no. Watch what happens when we look at the accumulated rainfall from now through May 7th. And there's plenty that shows up across much of the region here, but not here. So we're out of the rain game for a little while. So we'll focus on the warm-up. For Oakland, you go to the mid-70s by Thursday and Friday, and then you'll cool down to the mid-60s by the weekend. Let's pull in a couple other microclimates here. North Bay Valleys, you're going to be near 80 Friday, and then you drop down to 70. San Jose from 83 on Friday, down 11 degrees the next day to 72 on Saturday. So as nice, sunny, and warm as the end of this week's going to be, we do cool down pretty much right back to average by the weekend. And there's some perspective on that. You know, we're only cooling down all the way to average. It's not like it's a cold snap. More than anything, it's the warm-up that stands out here than anything else for that Thursday and Friday.